Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jmorrow bringing you a replay today from the CSL. This is actually an ace match from between Rutgers University and UC Davis. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Spawning down here in the bottom left corner, coming from Rutgers University, this is Striderxd. And up here, very well-known player coming from Team Soviet Gaming and actually UC Davis, it is Spanishiwa as our yellow Zerg player. And so like I said, this is actually from the CSL. This was an ace match, actually, I believe, from the round of 16, if I'm not mistaken. And so both these players playing very hard for one each team. I mean, of course, they are tied 2-2 in order to advance. Of course, a lot of people will recognize Spanishiwa's name. Very, very popular player, especially during the earlier stages of Wings of Liberty. Actually, one of my biggest reasons for watching a lot of professional during the earlier stages of Wings of Liberty, especially for myself, as I got into StarCraft 2. Spanishiwa, really, really talented player. I love his personality. Seems like a really, really great guy. As far as Striderxd, I'm not familiar with him, of course, playing for Rutgers University, so, I mean, if he's playing for such a big university, there's no doubt in my mind that he's got to be a very, very talented player. So this is one of the newer maps. This is, of course, on this is on the Heart of the Swarm client, of course. And so in the middle here, we do have two gold patches. A lot of people will recognize this map from Pro League. I love this map. I think it's really, really cool. It brings a lot of unique things to the play pool. And so it looks like Striderxd going for a 1-Rax to start. He's got a supply depot down, and now he's going to go scout his opponent. Spanishiwa, of course, going to looking to go for a hatchery first. And so UC Davis, great campus, very beautiful weather. Spanishiwa, I've actually been to UC Davis. I think it's a great area. The entire town around it is a college campus. Who would have thought, you know, the area around there. Shocker, but it is a great, great campus. Really nice weather all the time. As far as Rutgers, I'm not familiar with the area whatsoever. Never even been there. So, unfortunately, I would love to visit some of the other college campuses around the states. I think there's some really nice areas that we don't get to see enough. But it looks like Striderxd is going to scout his opponent, and he's not going to see a whole lot. He just kind of sees, just some drones and no spawning pool, no gas yet. He did see the hatchery going down at the natural, and there we go. Spawning pool actually being shown to his opponent very nicely, just kind of saying, "Hey, here it is." Don't be surprised. As for Striderxd, it looks like he's going to drop a command center on the low ground after getting that first barracks up. Very safe opener. And actually, he's waypointing a Marine to the natural. Might see a little bit of a bunker rush here. The drone is actually pathing directly into the SCV, so he's going to see that. They're going to slap a little high five. And Spanishiwa's going to go, all right, no bunker rush. But the first Marine is on its way out. It did actually end up staying out here. And so where is Striderxd going to go from here? To be honest, we could see a third command center coming out. This is, very, very popular. And has actually Spanishiwa seen this command center? He has not. So he will get the first glimpse of it. He will see that SCV working his little butt off down here. Just try to get this done as soon as possible. And it looks like Spanishiwa taking a third base. Now, interestingly enough, he's taking a location down here at the bottom right. Some players do take this. Other players do take it up here. There is an opening here. There is rocks with a ton of health, 2,000 health and 3 armor, so it does take quite a bit of time to actually take out. And it is actually hard to defend that area. I actually like the area that Spanishiwa took. It's easier, like Day 9 has said in the past, when you're spreading creep, it's nice to spread creep in one direction. So this is very, very easy to do, just to spread creep down to this third location, as opposed to having to spread it up here and down here and possibly even down here later on. As for Striderxd, it looks like he is getting a third command center, just spamming Marines at the moment. He has 3 out with the 4th one on the way. Double gas here, so very, very Marine King style X during the mid stages of Wings of Liberty. Extremely, extremely greedy. We're going to see him drop a factory here shortly, and we'll have to see if he ends up going with the bio play and starts maxing upgrades, or if he wants to go into some sort of mech play. This map favors, in my opinion, I would say either one is really, really strong. I would love to see mech. I'm a big mech fan. As a lot of people have said recently, mech is awesome to see in Wings of Liberty, or excuse me, in Heart of the Swarm. It's just a wonderful thing to see. Oh, actually, a bit of a misstep from Spanishiwa, loses a Zergling. Not super, super big deal, but it is everything at these earlier stages of the game. It could be one unit that holds off timing attack. As of right now, it looks like Striderxd does not know about this third location at this moment. There is a spine crawl on the way, so that will deny any sort of Hellion harass or any sort of Marines, or possibly even scouting from a couple of drones. Now, it looks like, did he see anything with that Zergling? No, he did actually get shot a little bit there, so that's definitely going to leave a little bit of damage to that Zergling, but of course Zerglings do regenerate health, and he's pulling it right into the bunker, and that's going to die. Very nicely done from Striderxd. No hold position from Spanishiwa, a little bit of a misstep on his part. Still, we are only seeing 2 gas geysers at the moment, which are at the natural. He does have 3 in each. So let's take a look at the drone count. 37 to 29. Nicely done by Striderxd, actually keeping up. Now, there is double engineering bays going down, and there's the factory. So he's going to go into marine tank production off 2 bays with 3 command centers, actually 3 orbitals here shortly. And he will start producing a ton of marines with 1-1 in just a few minutes here. This is going to be really interesting. Something we've actually seen a lot, so there's nothing wrong with this. I think this is a beautiful build from Striderxd. Now, the thing is Spanishiwa going to try and punish it in any way? It looks like as of right now, nope, he doesn't have a layer on the way, so we're not going to see any tech jump, no Baneling Nest, no Roach Warren, Evolution Chamber, just kind of sitting on 3 bays, droning up very, very heavily, and just kind of sitting still. Striderxd starting to complete his wall off with a supply depot and a bunker, and right now Striderxd does have 1-1 on the way. Another barracks is coming down. Look at this play from Striderxd, man. This is going up to 6 barracks, I believe. Yes, 6 barracks. And so he's going to start researching stim in just a moment here, once he realizes that he needs to press T or C. And there's a siege tank actually on the high ground, so that actually gives a little bit of information from, to Spanishiwa, because now he knows, okay, well, he has a factory. Okay, I know he has siege tanks. So right now, Spanishiwa realizes there's no timing coming yet. I'm going to drop 2 evolution chambers. I'm going to click my little layer button and begin researching to try and get to the higher tech. Spanishiwa is going up to 6 gas. His drone count is going to be very high right now, 56 to 42. This is where Zerg just flourishes with drones. And now this is exactly what I was talking about. He's spreading creep in one direction. He will actually get a second one here shortly in order to start spreading creep. Excuse me. But it looks like Spanishiwa is going to start scouting out the map right now. He's just sending Zerglings to every location to make sure that his opponent hasn't taken any extra bases. Now, this is interesting. He's using a lot of larvae right now to get 35 Zerglings on the field. This could hint at Mutalisk, because one of the things that you always have when you go Mutalisk play is excess minerals, which players usually expand to a 4th location or spam Zerglings. But it looks like actually right now Striderxd is taking his factory and swapping it over for a reactor. So interesting. So he's actually swapping over and going from siege tanks, which he showed to his opponent, over to Widow Mines. Now this could be defensive against the Mutalisk, which I don't think he really scanned or saw anything to hint at that. Yeah, he hasn't seen his base since the spawning pool started. There's a spire in the way, Spanishiwa taking a 4th base location, and now the Overlords are starting to poop creep all the way over, so this is really cool. So he's actually going to use that ability to his advantage, and I'll be honest, I think it's really great what they did with these 2 upgrades, with the pneumaticized carapace and the ventral sacks for the earlier stages of Zerg. I think it's something we're going to see. Oh wow, that's actually kind of cool. Moving a bunker up here, and it looks like a ton of Zerglings are going to push forward here. Now these Marines are 1-1, so they are going to be able to clean up these Zerglings pretty easily. Are they going to force a cancellation on the bunker? It looks like yes, they will at least do. No, it looks like he's going to try and surround the entire group of Marines, which is not going to do a whole lot for him. Wow, nice micro from Striderxd. Actually doesn't lose a single unit here. Should possibly cancel and replace the bunker just to make sure that it doesn't end up dying in 1 hit. But he can, of course, repair because he is the best race, which is Terran. But it looks like 2-2 is on the way for our Terran buddy here. It looks like he's going to go into very, very heavy bio. Of course, he does have 6 or 7 barracks right now. And Spanishiwa is getting +1 along with 13 Mutalisks, so he's going to be able to control the map very, very nicely going into the mid stages of this game. And we do see the supplies pretty even right now. 71 drones to 56 SAVs, and Spanishiwa taking the bottom right location and actually poop and creep at this base for Spanishiwa. So now this 3rd command center is going to be 9. And what's really, really poopy about this is that once this Overlord dies, it is exactly 1 minute before this creep will entirely dissipate so that he can drop the command center. So let's go and watch the time here. It was about 11:44 that it actually did die. Bunker's going down, so this is kind of cool, just making sure that there's no counter-aggression, but the Mutalisks are going to come over and have a second word with Striderxd's 3rd location. Right now we do have 13 Mutalisks on the field with 10 Zerglings, Baneling speed, 2-2 for those Zerglings coming out. And it looks like actually the Mutalisk is going to fly over, pick off this bunker, so that will allow him to counterattack. And now he's going to push his command center even further out. Is he actually going to overextend here? No, doesn't lose a single Mutalisk, but oh, the Widow Mine goes off and does quite a bit of damage. Of course, he brings the two overseers with an army here so that he's able to scout out those Widow Mines. And about 41 after the creep did entirely dissipate. So 12 more Marines on the way, 2 Widow Mines. Let's take a look at the locations. There is a missile turret out. There's a bunch of missile turrets, actually. Looks like 2 on the south side. Not seeing too many Widow Mines. You know what's great about Heart of the Swarm is I can go like this and look like a pro, and it looks like only, it says there's 3, but I only see 2. That's a bunch of garbage. But regardless, it looks like as of right now, Spanishiwa is on 5 base. His opponent is on two base with trying to take a third, but here comes Spanishiwa with a ton of units actually pushing the front. I don't know if this is worth it here. He probably shouldn't direct engage us. Now, there is only a ton of Marines and one siege tank, which the siege tank is the thing that deals with these banelings, not Marines. Creep spread is going to be very, very important here. It looks like Striderxd is looking to drop a scan here momentarily to try and push out this creep. Oh, Spanishiwa doing a switch hit, going from the north side. This will be beautiful as long as he picks off this Widowmine. A ton of banelings are being morphed here. Is going to scout it up, and the Widowmine is going to go off, targets down a couple of the Zerglings, picks it off very, very smoothly, and now there are 12 banelings in production. That will put him up to a very high count of 34. Now, Spanishiwa is ready to push on his opponent. He does not have too much in production after this, so it looks like this is going to be a one-shot go. He forced the stim from his opponent. Now, his opponent is pushing forward. I don't know why exactly he's grouping all his Marines up. He doesn't have any siege tanks to back this army up. Wow, nice splits from Striderxd. He is losing a lot of units here, and there are burrowed banelings here. And oh no, if he moves forward, this is going to be brutal. Yep, he's running on top, right on top of him. And oh, nicely done by Spanishiwa. And making sure not to erupt all of them once, actually does a couple at a time. Very, very pro play from Spanishiwa. Actually going to knock down the front door here. He knows there's no siege tanks, so he can just basically walk through here. He's going to go into the natural here. All these SCVs are grouped up, and actually not too many die here. The missile turrets are doing a great job of denying the Mutalisks from being able to fall up. 28 Zerglings on the way. A little bit of a misstep by Spanishiwa. Should have had these started a lot earlier. He had the larva, had the money, had the supply, but now he's actually trying to follow it up a little bit later. Hive is on the way, and 3-3 for our Terran players. So he's going to have 3-3 Marines on the field. 2-2 Zerglings, I believe, are done, so it won't be too long before 3-3 started as soon as that Hive is done. This southeastern base is not saturated whatsoever, so a little bit of a misstep from Spanishiwa. Should have had a Hive a little bit sooner too, but he is definitely in the lead right now. If we look at resources lost, actually, wow, that's kind of interesting. So Spanishiwa's attack was actually not that cost efficient, but he is on 5 bases. His opponent is on 2.5 bases, and he's trying to saturate up this third base. These Zerglings are going to stream over here. Banelings come in. Oh, the drop actually sees everything, and it looks like the drop is going to be picked off. He's not going to be able to drop those units because the Zerglings are camping right underneath. Now, at this point, Striderxd does know about this pressure coming from his opponent. This is a great spot to hit. This command center is being built, and it looks like Spanishiwa is going to pull back home. Was there a drop up here? I don't think so. What's great, again, Heart of the Swarm. I can click on these medevacs and look like I know what I'm talking about. There we go. There's the third one. So all three are back at home right now, not doing a whole lot. There's the scan, dropping a couple of creep tumors out of the way. And so it looks like 5 bases are completed still for Spanishiwa, just sitting very comfortably right now. He knows his opponent's on 3 base, has creep at his 4th, has the 2 center base locations already scouted, and the top left base. So he knows exactly what his opponent is doing. Hive is done, so now he's going to get 3-3. He's getting an Ultralisk Cavern. We should see Adrenal Glands coming out here soon. Adrenal Glands, one of my favorite upgrades. I love watching a large group of Zerglings just tear apart Terran structures. One of my favorite things to see on average. And so it looks like actually the Mutalisks are going to fly forward. 20 Mutalisks are out. Oh! Actually firing off one shell right there, taking all the units down very, very low. Targeting down the bunker. The bunker does fall very, very quickly. And oh, there's a second Widow Mine right here. Could it actually target down a lot of these Mutalisks? Oh, stemming forward actually might bait on top of the Widow Mine. Nope, the Widow Mine does not do a whole lot of damage there. And now he's trying to fly this up to the top left location. And unfortunately, he does not know that there is a burrowed Zergling along with creep and an Overlord just pooping everywhere. So that's going to be really, really frustrating here in a minute. And it looks like actually Spanishiwa might push in here, trying to get us around here. 3-3 is not done, but +2 attacks is about to be done. Pushing 10 seconds before that's done. Not a huge ordeal. You know, a lot of people make a big deal about upgrades, but it looks like Spanishiwa is not going to win this engagement whatsoever. Getting pushed out completely. Any burrowed Zerglings on the way out? No, I do not see anything. Nice scan this time. Learned from his mistakes. That is the key thing to being a professional StarCraft player. You must learn from your mistakes. Otherwise, they will haunt you forever. 6 Ultralisks on the way, 3-3, and it looks like Chitinous Plating is on the way. So these Ultralisks are going to come out and be absolute boss sauce. 80 seconds left on the upgrade and about 100 seconds left on the 3-3. So Spanishiwa still has this bottom right location. Hasn't really done anything with it. This is kind of frustrating for him because his income is definitely ahead of his opponents by about 600. Now at this point, where is he going to go with this command center? Another scan does go down, jeez. And actually, I believe... Nope, actually looks like it's going to push down into the bottom right location. Uh-oh, Spanishiwa coming up from behind. Doesn't have too many Banelings this time, but he does have the Ultralisks, which do have a ton of damage coming in. They're going to be able to do AoE if these Zerglings could get us around. This would be great. There is some anti-air, so we really can't pick up and leave. The Marauders aren't targeting down the Ultras, so I think Striderxd is going to get cleaned up here. And this may be his final hold here because... back at home, we don't really have a whole lot. We have 3 Marauders and 21 Marines, and none of that can handle what Spanishiwa currently has because these Ultras are going to have 3-3 in about 40 seconds, about 50 seconds. Chitinous Plating is just about to finish. Spanishiwa actually pushing before the upgrades are finished. Nope, looks like he's going to pull back just momentarily. Looks like, well, Spanishiwa was supply capped, and that's going to hurt. Scan does go down, so he's going to be able to see these changelings, trying to get these Widow Mines lined up properly. The 2 changelings do go down, and now Spanishiwa pushing forward here. He's waiting. He's got 20 seconds left. He's got to wait this out. Otherwise, it is a huge waste of all these units. Well, it's not a huge waste. He knows he's far ahead. He knows he really can't do too much about it. Widow Mine's going off for the Ultras, not really doing a whole lot. 3-3 is going to finish during this engagement. There we go. 3-3 is now done. So he timed it out perfectly. Adrenal Gland's done in 25 seconds. Corruptor's on the way to help take out and provide vision. But nice little concave here from our Terran player. If he had a lot of siege tanks, he could actually stand a chance of clearing this up. But nope, Spanishiwa is just going to rotate into his main. Nothing on the way for Spanishiwa, though, so he's there we go. 44 Zerglings are on the way. The best follow-up is 3-3 Zerglings with Adrenal Glands. And now Spanishiwa is pushing into the natural. He has completely decimated his opponent's defenses. Looks like Striderxd is down to 80 supply. And it looks like, at this point, Spanishiwa's got this. He does have some Banelings burrowed down here as well, just in case some SCV trains come by or any sort of units. But at this point, it looks like Striderxd is falling. His main is so organized. Look at this. His 2 engineering bases, this 6 barracks, all beautifully placed, just producing units at a crazy, crazy rate. Of course, Ultralisk. Oh, no. Looks like the SCVs are going to try and fight the Ultralisk. Let's see how many kills this guy can rack up here. He is a Metamorph at 30 kills. It looks like he's just going to keep decimating. He's actually taking a little bit of damage from the SCVs. Of course, he does have 6 armor, so those SCVs do absolutely no damage. 33 kills on this guy. He is just doing so much damage. 8 Broodlords on the way, so Spanishiwa following this up beautifully, just in case Striderxd does make some sort of miraculous hold, but it doesn't look like it. This guy's up to 36 kills, just decimating, still going through. These are 3-3 Marines, and it looks like the last few units for Striderxd are going to fall down here. Or XD, my apologies. And so it looks like GG from Striderxd. So Spanishiwa will take the victory. Very well played on both parts. I really, really enjoyed this game and this map. And of course, Heart of the Swarm is so entertaining to watch. Too bad we didn't get to see a Viper or anything too new. Of course, right now, Mutalisks are just so prevalent. But very well played on both parts. Of course, I'm Jmorrow. If you enjoyed my casting, please let me know. You can follow me on Twitter at JMorrowPro. Just send me a tweet and just let me know if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions. I'd really appreciate it. But thank you so much for tuning in.